Yo, what is going on? It is the DFS Shark, and we are back with a full day of some NBA action. Coming off yesterday's days, man, we crushed it again. We hit 3 out of 4 on our lines. One of our players did not play, so we still ended up cashing. That brings us to 3 straight days, and 3 straight days to end the week, making it our second week, our positive week to start the year. So first 2 weeks of the year, we've already started off with the bang, starting hot. And I've given away all these plays on my channel every single day. And you can look back at the past videos and see that for yourself. But before we dive into yesterday's plays and then today's top 5 plays, I just want to share the link below or share the code below. If you're new to PrizePicks, drop that code in on sign up and they'll give you up to 100% match deposit bonus. Take advantage of that free money. You know, if you have $100 you want to play with, throw it in there, they'll give you another 100 to match that, giving you some free house money to play with, figure out your ways, figure out what strategy, what style you like best, because there's tons of different ways you can go on PrizePicks. They have 2-man plays, 3-man plays, 4, 5s, all kinds of things, right? So figure out what works for you, figure out what you feel most comfortable doing and what you're best at, right? And also the DFS Shark Tank below as well. I'm going to throw that link in the comments. Definitely join the DFS Shark Tank if you want access to these lines or these plays early, because these lines get taken away. They get moved up completely, right? So this video usually takes me an hour or so to upload, sometimes a little more depending on the editing, right? And by that time, when you're actually seeing the video, the lines can change. So if you want to jump in that Discord, 100% absolutely free as well. I posted my plays this morning in there as soon as I got them, right? So they've already been in there, just started recording this video right after that. So if you want access to these plays early, jump in there. But now let's hop into yesterday's plays. You can pull it up here and we can see Zubac, who was my number 2 play of the day, did not end up playing, which is unfortunate because I really liked that play. It ended up being a close play game between the Clippers and the Wolves. So he would have pushed 32, 33, 35 plus minutes. But with that said, we ended up hitting 3 out of 4 still. So 2 nights in a row, we had hit everything all day. And then it came down to our last play and we lost again last night. Durant, he was just missing some shots early on. He started finding it later in the 4th quarter, but it was just too late by then, right? He ended up finishing with like 27 or 28, but we hit our other 3 plays of the day. And so what happens with the 5-man play, if a player does not play, it basically shifts it down to where it's like a 4-man play. So we ended up hitting 3 out of 4. So we basically 1.5x'd our money. And the day before we 5x'd our money in total. So over the last 2 days, we've pretty much 6.5x'd our money, which is great. The day before we won that also, that was a slight win. I think it was just under 1x in our money. So we're at about 7x on our money over the last 3 days, which is great, because the thing with PrizePicks, when you're playing these 5-man slips, it's good to hit those 10x's, 25x's. But on the days where things fall apart, it doesn't work, if you can still cash on those days, that's always a good sign. And that's why I always bundle my top 2 plays together, because if those cash, no matter what else happens on the night, I'm still going to be cashing for the day. And if I end up hitting 5 out of 5 or 6 out of 6, then I just double everything pretty much at that point, right? Or triple everything. So that's how I play. That's how I roll. I'm all about the steady wins every day, trying to win the week and try to win the month and eventually be profitable for the year, right? So that's how I roll. Those were the plays yesterday, but I want to dive into today's plays, and I'm trying to get this video out earlier because if you've looked at the schedule, you can see there's games lined up all day, right? With the first game starting at 12 o'clock, it's going to be the Rockets and Sixers, 12 o'clock Central my time. And I actually have a play on that game, but let's dive into these plays here and let's see what we got. So let's jump in here to Daily Grind. Let's see what their top play of the day is for today. So if we filter down, I filter down by just NBA on PrizePicks, right? And I filter down by the top odds to hit. Looks like they have Devin. Is it Vassell? I think it's Vassell. I'm not sure. But blocks and steals over 1.5. So interesting line here. I love that line as well. Blocks and steals. 54.12% odds to hit on this one. So that is a pretty good number. You can see BetMGM has a minus 140 and Caesars minus 139. So those are good odds to hit. Couple other plays here. We got Klay Thompson, and I'm not even going to try to say this, but under 8.5 rebounds and assists, 53.99% odds to hit. So Daily Grind is a tool, if you're not familiar with it, where basically it pulls all the lines or props in a day, and it basically puts them together in a way for you to dissect these and see which ones are the best odds to hit based on sports books, right? Because you want to be looking at sports books. You want to see what DraftKings, FanDuel, Pinnacle, what these sports books have these lines at, because they're determining where, if this is a favorite or is this an underdog, really. That's what for you to base your decision off of, right? You don't want to be playing plays that are plus 150, plus 160. It's not, PrizePicks is not like your typical parlay where the higher odds you get, the better the payout. It's actually the opposite. If you have higher odds, minus 200s, like if you have plays where Pinnacle is on minus 200 on 3 plays, you'll still get the same payout as if it was a plus 200. But that's how I use Daily Grind. I use it to dissect the lines and I figure out where the values are, right? If you want to try it out and see if it's for you, use the code SHARK. You'll get 25% off your first month. But let's dive into some of the action here. Let's dive into some of the games. I'm liking this slate today. Going to be games all day as well. So let's dive in here. And our first play, I always start with my number 2 play of the day. Let me just make sure I got it here. It is going to be on the Raptors game. And we're going Scotty Barnes here. And you can see here, they actually took his line off. And so I sent this out in the Discord maybe 5 to 10 minutes ago, which is crazy how quick these lines changed, right? So the play I got on Scotty Barnes was more than 1.5 3-pointers made, right? That's the line, more than 1.5. So he just needs to make 2 threes and you'll get the cash, right? But it is completely gone, man. It is completely gone. That's why it's so important. That's why I made the Discord, because of situations just like this. You can see as I'm going over myself, the line is gone. And I just put this in 5 to 10 minutes ago. So I'm going to keep rolling with this as my number 2 play of the day, because you may play on underdog, sleeper, parlay play. There's other sites just like PrizePicks. They may still have the line up for you to put in. So I'm going to go over why this is my top play of the day, or second top play of the day. Sorry. Hopefully our top play of the day is still there. But for them to completely remove a line like that quick is a good sign. It is a good sign for us that we're able to get this in. So we got the Raptors +7 at home, right? So they're at home +7 against the Celtics, right? And let's dive into Scotty Barnes. He is just a beast when it comes to his shot and his threes, right? For the season, let's start for the season. He is hitting this at a 62% hit rate, right? His last 10, 60%. His last 20, 65%. And so he has been crushing this line. He's a shooter, man. He's a shooter. Let's filter down to 2023, right? And he also plays heavy minutes. So 34.9 minutes a game. That is what you want from one of your best players. And 3-pointers, right? He's averaging about 5.6 attempts a game. 37%. I think the league average is somewhere around 35 to 36%. So he's shooting above that at 37%. And our next guy is actually shooting above 40% on 3. So I'm liking that play as well, but we'll get into that. Scotty Barnes. So the Celtics in general, they are not a good team when it comes to defending the 3. You can see here, they are 25th in the league, letting up 13 threes a game. So I think it's pretty fair to say Scotty Barnes can hit a couple against them, right? Since he's shooting. That's what he does. They're going to be playing from behind most likely. Boston will have the early lead here. And so they're going to need to put up some points. And what better way to put up points than shooting some threes? And that's what Scotty Barnes does, right? And let's look at the head-to-head, right? So they've played each other 3 times this year. And he's hit that line every single time, right? They've actually played Boston pretty competitively all year. besides this game. This game, they got blown out by a 20 plus here, but he still he hit 2 threes. This game, they ended up losing by 3 points, and he hit 2 threes. This game, they ended up losing by 2 points as well. This was December 29th, so not that long ago, and he hit 7 threes on him. So he was feeling it there, right? He was feeling it. This was the only one at home. This one was actually on the road. But another reason I'm liking this play is because depending on what happens here, I'm liking this play whether Jaylen Brown plays or not. But there is a chance that Jaylen Brown doesn't play, right? So he is a game time decision right now. And also the Raptors are hurting on offense. They're missing 2 of their guys, Otto Porter and Jacob Poeltl. I'm saying his name right? So he's going to be getting more minutes, right? He's been playing more minutes recently just with those 2 out, right? They're trying to keep him on the court more. And so Scotty Barnes, man, I'm liking this play. Let's go over to RotoWire and see what they have. They have him hitting 2.13, so above that line. They have him shooting 5.6 and hitting at a 37.3% rate for the day. So Scotty Barnes, if you can get this in on any other books, that would be the play. Unfortunately, PrizePicks already took this down. And let's see, hopefully they did not take this one down, right? So our next play, or our top play of the day, is going to be Cameron Johnson here. And they did not take this one down. So top play of the day, Cameron Johnson. 2.5 threes made. We're going to be going over that. We're going to be going more. And so let's dive in here. First, let's look at the line here. I'm liking this game because it is such a close, tight spread here. And so they're actually the favorite at home as well. So I'm liking this play. I think it's going to be a close played game, which for us means that Cameron Johnson is going to be on the court a lot more. And hopefully he's averaging over his last, for 2023, he's averaging 29 minutes. But you can see recently here, he has been hitting 32, probably around 33 to 35. And we'll break this down and take a further look. But for the year 2023, Cameron Johnson is hitting this line at 60% of the time, right? And you can see his last 5, he has just been lighting it up from 3. He missed here, but 4 out of 5 his last 5, right? His last 10, 70%. So he's a shooter, man. That's what he does. He shoots the ball, and he's going to hit his shots, right? His last 20, 70%. And the upside on this guy, like he made a couple of games where he had 4 threes. He had 5 threes this game. So they're going to need him to hit some shots for them to pull this one out as well. And if we could see here for the season, he's attempting more threes a game. He's hitting more threes a game, and he's shooting at 41%. And like I said, the league average is usually like 35 to 36. So anywhere above 36, you're in good hands, right? You're a good shooter. And he's at 41%. So he can knock him down. We may only need 4 or 5 shot attempts for him to even hit this at the rate he's shooting. But Cameron Johnson, man, I'm liking this. I'm liking him to throw up some threes and get him in there. Hopefully he can get him in early for us and get off to a hot start. But let's take a look at the injuries, right? So Jimmy Butler, game time decision. He's been out for a while now. And so there's a good chance he doesn't play again. Even if he plays, I'm still liking this play. Marquez is out, who has been balling, right? But he's out this game. So that's a big part for the Nets, right? He's a scorer, so take him away. It should make the game a more close play. Kevin Love, game time decision. The Nets, I don't see anything major. We got Ben Simmons. He's been out for a bit. And then Sharp here as well. So Cameron Johnson, man, it's going to be our top play of the day. I'm going to be rolling with this. So RotoWire, let's take a look at what they have, right? So they have him right under 2.5, right? Under. So like I said, I don't base my plays off RotoWire. I just look at them as kind of see where they're at with it. But they have him under 2.4. They have him shooting 5.9 threes. Cameron Johnson going to be our top 2 play. Our top plays of the day have just been crushing it all week, or all last week. They were crushing it. That's how I was cashing a lot of these lines. A couple of these nights, I ended up hitting 3 for 5 on my 5-man lines, but 2 out of those 3 were the top plays. So I cashed for those days. So my top plays, they always have more of an edge than the rest of the plays. The other 3 plays I'm always liking, but I pretty much favor those top two plays, right? Because they just have more of an edge to me. So I'd rather throw those in a separate line because I'm more comfortable with those 2. But let's get into the next 3 plays of the day, right? So Kobe White, another line I'm liking here, making sure the line doesn't change on us. 4.5 assists. We're going more. That is a game versus Cleveland, which is also going to be another tightly close played game. The spread is like under 3, so that game could go either way. But I'm liking White to come out and get those assists. He's been crushing it with his assist lately. This is his last 5, but over like his last 20 and just for the season in general, he has been crushing it. And this is also, or all these plays are high juiced lines, so they're all minus 130s and up on all the sports books, right? And let's get into Embiid, and we'll actually go over DGF after I get these plays out to you so you can see what they have these top 2 plays at. So Embiid, over 37.5 points and assists against the Rockets. So keep in mind, this is the early game, right? This is the first game of the day at 12:10 Central my time. They're going to be playing the Rockets, my team. So I'm going to be watching that. But Embiid, I think he's going to get his. The only thing I'm worried about is just the blowout potential of this game. But the Rockets have been playing really good lately. They've been staying in games. They've been playing competitively. They haven't been pulling some out, but they've been playing competitively in some games. And so that's what I need to happen here. We need Embiid to stay in the game as long as he can. As long as he's in the game, he's going to be scoring and getting assists because that's what he does, right? So Embiid, I'm looking for him to go over this line. And then we got, for our last play, we got Ingram. And this line changed as well. If you go on the Discord, you can see I got this line at 23.5 and it is now at 24.5. So that is a big jump. If you were thinking about putting this in at this rate, I don't know if I would, to be honest, because that's a big swing, right? Just those, like if it's at 23.5, right, it might be a minus 130, minus 140. But if you swing it a whole point like that, 24.5, all of a sudden it might be a plus 150 or plus 140 odds. And that's how big of a shift even just 1 point can do, which is why it's important, man. If you want to play these plays, your best move is to get in the Discord, because you can see one of the lines got taken out completely and one of these went up by a whole point. So it means we're on the right side. If we hit it over and then the line goes up, that means everybody was hitting the over. So they're trying to account for that and they're bringing it higher, right? So maybe people start playing the under on this. I'm not sure, but Ingram, 23.5 is what I got it at. It is now at 24.5 points and rebounds. But let's take a look at DGF, right? I always take a look at DGF on my top 2 plays. And let's see if they still have it. They might not have the Scotty Barnes one, right? So I don't see it. So I just checked and the Scotty Barnes line is not there no more, just obviously because they took it off, right? But the odds I was getting on that were minus 130 and up from all the sports books. And you can see Cameron Johnson here, his top play on DGF. He's a 3-point made over, and he's at a 52.91%. So you're getting that 2.91% edge. And then let's look at some of the books. Pinnacle actually has a little on the lower end, minus 112. But you can see all the other books, minus 135, and then Flip minus 145. So I am liking those odds, right? I'm liking those odds. And all my plays, all these plays that I'm giving out today are all pretty much the same. They're all minus 130 and up. And those are the only plays I go for, high juice lines, because I want to be on the sides of the odds makers where I know I'm on the favorite to hit that line. Boom. And that's going to be it for these PrizePicks plays of the day. Keep in mind now there's games running all day. There's one starting at 12, the Rockets and Sixers, 12 Central. And then there's games pretty much every hour or 2 hours after that. So it's going to be a jam-packed day. Got 2 NFL playoff games as well. And also shout out to the Texans for advancing. We're seeing how far we can take this going on from Houston. So that's my team there. So we're going to keep it rolling there. But if you are new to this channel, I share my plays like this every single day. I'm going over my top 2 plays mixed in with my other 3 plays, and I'm bundling those up into lines and I'm giving them away all here for free, no paywall or anything. But as you can see, if you watch this video all the way through, one of those lines got taken out completely. Another one of those lines went up a whole point, which is huge when it comes to these kind of player props, right? Because a lot of times these lines end with you just going above or below. So losing a whole point is big. So if you want to get these plays early, join that Discord. The link is below, and I'll post them in there every morning, and you'll have them so you can put them in, right? But also I wanted to say thank you for all who are watching this channel or hitting that like button on this video. I really appreciate it. It helps me grow the channel. And when you do hit that like button, it really just helps YouTube show my video to more people so we can reach more people. And the goal of this channel is for us to all beat PrizePicks together and to give you insights on games and what I'm looking and what I'm seeing, right? So if you want to go on and make your own plays and stuff, I want to give you some insight to how I look at these games so you can start breaking these down also in the same way that I am. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Let's run those likes up on this video. As usual, we hit our under yesterday. I set the likes at 70. We came under that. So I'm going to set it at 70 again, and let's try to run it above that. But that's going to be it for this one, man. Y'all have a good rest of the day. Take care.